Our lead scene is Thomasina and Septimus's first kiss. Since it was mentioned on page 109, it is never shown in the actual play. A scene showing what actually happened and the emotions present during their first kiss is necessary because it leaves the audience to assume what may have happened, as there is not much detail included when discussing the kiss afterwards. Our inputted scene would have a time skip after it to the present day to display the end of the scene and the beginning of the next, which the next scene would occur on pages 109, the mention of the kiss. The scene is set at the Hermitage because it creates the secluded, intimate setting for the two, which can cause a kiss to happen. It is nearly midnight. Nevertheless, Septimus is kept awake by his loyal pupil, Thomasina. She is kept awake too, but not by a person, but rather by her own thoughts and curiosity. She begs Septimus to continue to tutor her even though it is late, leading to the meeting in the Hermitage, for the purpose of her not being caught awake so late into the night. The Hermitage is a bit away from the main estate. Only a few candles were ignited so that their encounter remained secret. The candles were scattered across the table with all of Septimus's and folders, papers, and his and hers work. Two chairs are pulled closely together so that the small light that is available reaches their work so that it is able to see.
Is it necessary that we work at an hour this late?
I believe so.
So do you not believe that this could have waited until dawn?
I would have been exhausted by dawn. My thoughts are quite lively at this hour in particular.
You had me quite worried that this was urgent, but I should have expected that this was over your studies.
If a pupil and her tutor want to be successful, they must be primed to learn at any hour.
At least you're dedicated to your studies, but why have you requested that we work at the Hermitage?
Did you not consider that the others will be under the impression that we might be doing something dishonorable? Word does travel fast. I chose the Hermitage since it is so secluded. If we were closer to the main estate, we might be discovered.
Yes, miss, I understand. I am not in the right headspace since I am freshly awakened.
Well, Septimus, I just cannot comprehend the works of heat exchange. I suppose I should apologize for being such a bother at such a bewildering hour, but I cannot remain tumbling and turning in my bed, pondering the unknowns of the fire which you spoke of. I have come to you to comprehend this lesson. Did you not consider that the others will be under the impression that we might be doing something dishonorable? Word does travel fast. I chose the Hermitage so it is so secluded. If we were closer to the main estate, we might be discovered.
Yes, miss, I understand. I'm not in the right headspace since I'm freshly awakened.
While Septimus, I just cannot comprehend the works of heat exchange. I suppose I should apologize for being such a bother at such a bewildering hour, but I cannot remain tumbling and turning in my bed, pondering the unknowns of the fire which you spoke of. I have come to you to comprehend this lesson.
But why are you so intrigued by the exchange of heat? We both know that you are clever enough to figure it out, just as any other problems. So what is this issue? But I believe it's the damn steam engine that has kept us up all night with its thumping and pounding that has your mind wondering.
It is just that heat exchange can be present in a multitude of equations and situations. It can be seen in conduction, convection, evaporation, temperature, and machinery. What does it originate from?
It can be as complex as transferring heat through multiple liquids and pipes, but is used in heating and cooling methods. Let me put it into simple wording. It can be as simple as the movement of bodies whenever two people are in close proximity to each other. Heat exchange can be seen, for example, heat exchange is present in something as simple as a waltz.
I believe that I'm beginning to understand, but I'm not completely satisfied with my knowledge on the subject yet.
Then it is best that I present it to you firsthand.
I accept your offer.
I was not aware you were quite a klutz, Thomas.
I believe you were supposed to be instructing me how to dance, not criticizing my faults.
Oh, let's not be reckless.
Septimus!
What might it be?
Fire and the heat that is emitted is a motif throughout the novel, as it is a slow thing that keeps our bodies in motion. But just as heat through fire is easily generated, it is also easily distinguishable. Therefore, life can be easily created as it can be destroyed, supporting the notion that our impermanence and ephemeral lives. Even though the audience is aware of Thomasina's tragic fate, we continue reading while hoping for a different outcome. Thomasina's curiosity and heat exchange, therefore, she is pursuing the thing that will eventually cause her end. As the fail to notice the start of the fire is an act of ignoring the unstoppable fate. Additionally, the fire is utilized as a tool for foreshadowing to confirm her fate and eliminate any beliefs that her set fate could be changed.
Sep, please forgive me for ruining your studies on the papers. I was not focused on my surroundings. They could have been dangerous.
I must get back to my room, milady. It is rather too late for these theories and questions.
But how will I ever learn how to dance properly? I know that I came for an explanation involving heat exchange, but I'm interested in the choreography of a waltz. I have seen my mother waltz and she has inspired me. Septimus.
Once you dance like your mother, I will bestow another.
Septimus is afraid that he will regret being so intimate with Thomasina, as it may bring consequences for him. Despite this, Septimus finally comes to the realization that the time in their lives is fleeting, leading to him stopping so regretful or hesitant in his life, as causes missed opportunities, preventing living his life to its full potential. He kisses Thomasina with no regret, since he may not have another chance to do so because of the unpredictability in our lives. They dance with the purpose of figuring out heat exchange, but is left unsolved due to Thomasina's life being cut short. Thomasina and Septimus both understand and are content with the unfulfilling nature of academic knowledge. Even though they might not be able to reach the conclusions themselves, their progress in the research will help contribute to the final assessment. They continue to live fulfilled lives even though they are not aware of the possible good or bad outcomes in store for them. In Arcadia by Tom Stoppard, the author creates the notion that each action performed directly correlates to future results. Whether or not one cares to acknowledge the fact, our fates are sealed by no one else besides ourselves, as our actions have both consequences and benefits, leaving no time for excess hesitation.